Let's talk about journaling instead of doom scrolling. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you here this week to talk about this. I have been debating on talking about this for a while, so I'm really excited about the topic. I really wanted to focus on the month of April and kind of share what's going on in April as well as the weeks of April. So I have like these 2 weeks showing. And I wanted to share what I've been doing. I have been really in a space where I am pretty much content and don't feel overwhelmed mentally or don't feel overwhelmed with like news and constant updates and breaking news. So I'm really happy at this place. I also noticed that I was spending a lot of time doom scrolling. Like I was constantly just scrolling when I was watching a movie, just kind of picking up my phone and scrolling. When I was like just in bed before I got up, scrolling. I spent so much time scrolling and doom scrolling at that. So I am someone who kind of perseverates on things and certain topics, and then I start reading about them, and then I start really like constantly thinking about it, and it gets me anxious. It gets me to a point where I'm just like a worry ward, right? So I really wanted to remove that from my daily habits. I really did. So what I did was deleted Instagram and Threads because I noticed I was spending so much time on there like a time suck. Now I am debating of whether joining Substack because what I've noticed is I like sharing photos. I like sharing what works for me and my experiences, what I'm reading, and journaling spreads. That's what I really want to share. Videos for me are more like for YouTube, and I feel like the point of some of these social media apps is to get us to spend so much time on them and then constantly feed us like ads and things on top of everything else that is happening. So I really want to be mindful where I spend my time and how I spend my time. So I wanted to share just certain ways I have been incorporating journaling, reading, note taking in my life to kind of remove the mental clutter and overwhelm and really spend time doing things that are beneficial for me. Now, this is the month of March in my Hobonichi Han, and this is how thick it is. It's not super thick. It's a little less thicker than I would say February because of the way I'm kind of trying to paste ephemera or the type of ephemera I'm using. I've noticed that, but I really wanted to share like pages in April. So this is my April kind of like cover page here. And I really wanted to share this because it was just like, this is how I was feeling in towards the end of March, in the very beginning, where I was just constantly feeling overwhelmed. And then I started reading more of the Legendborn series. I got out of the hump. I really wanted to focus on journaling. I really wanted to focus on staying in this planner. And that's what I put here. And then I have April 1st. You know, if I don't need to write a lot, I won't. I just don't want to do that because I feel like it is sometimes not productive when you just want to fill up a page, but you're just writing to write whatever. So I really want to be intentional about what I write. And then I also want to put in things that happened or pages and underline words here or circle specific words that kind of resonate with how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, or capture moments or things that I purchased and really have them there. So that's what I've been doing. And I really like this. I kind of really like what I'm doing now. I even drew pictures of what is in my current system, the NOLTY B6, the Hobonichi Han, and the NOLTY 1180. Let me tell you, this has been a game changer. I feel so much better using this, and the notes and the functionality of this is so amazing. I will show you how I'm using that, but I just appreciate my system now so much more, and I look forward to actually using it every day, and I don't feel overwhelmed. This is a personal update that I put inside of my planner. I actually took a sticker, Priority Mail sticker, and put it in the planner because I wanted to have a keepsake of a Priority Mail label by the United States Postal Service. So I really wanted to have that there. I thought it was really kind of like nice and keeping a piece of what happened this year inside my planner. So I really like that. And then I did a lot of reading and listening to audiobooks. This day I took some time for myself just to kind of rest, recover, and recuperate. It's not like I'm waking up in the morning and doom scrolling. I'm not taking moments during a movie and doom scrolling. I'm actually enjoying what I'm watching. I'm actually paying attention to what I'm watching. And I really do love that. Then I went to Barnes& and Noble's this day. I was also getting like gifts for my dad because his birthday was coming up. So I didn't get Junie. There was like, I was looking for the copy here. I did get the Notebook, A History of Thinking on Paper. And this I saw on the Common Corners video. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get that. I have not started reading this book, but I do plan to because I do have a journal of how I use it. Like this is notes from Legendborn and Bloodmarked. I wrote like 2 pages of notes on Bloodmarked. And then I have more notes here on Bloodmarked. Like this is how I've been using this, and I have been loving it. Like I am not concerned about making it look pretty because all I want to do is just write notes. But this has been great because while I'm reading, I'm actively sharing my thoughts and engaging in my current read. The Common Corner did share this on her videos and I saw it and I was like, okay, I have to get that. Then I have a little note here, personal notes. We started watching Black Mirror, that first episode. Wow, that first episode was just like crazy. So that is what I'm doing. So every morning, in the morning, I engage in my morning routine. And then what I basically do is fill up my today section if I need to. If I don't need to, I won't. And then I'll write down what happened the day before. And I'll put in a picture of something that corresponds or relates to what I'm talking about. And if I do have ephemera from, you know, shopping or anything that I purchased, then I will include it. If not, then I won't, and that's okay. But I really am enjoying that. So I do this as part of my morning routine. And then for the weeklies, what I do here is I just kind of write down a daily log of things that I'm doing. So that way, if I forget, then I could write down in my dailies, like what I watched, what I did. And I've been watching a lot of mystery thrillers. And then Harlan Coben, I didn't realize how many of his books are now Netflix, like limited series. But I also have others that I watch, like The Chestnut Man. And then we watched The Truman Show, the Ori murders, and then Fox Hollow, I think. I wrote so small. Sometimes I write so small and messy that it's hard for me to read what I am writing. So that's wonderful. And then I have here just this week's. Again, I wanted to keep it simple. And this is what the spreads have been looking like. It's very, very simple. Nothing overbearing. I just have like a log of what I did. And then I kind of write that in. So that's what I do in the mornings. And then in the Calendex, I just have books I'm reading and then things that have happened during the months. And this is part of my morning routine. So I make sure I fill out the weekly. And then I make sure I fill out the daily of the day before. And that's part of my morning routine. So I'm just going to kind of move that over here. And, or maybe I'll just close it. I'll just close it because I have like a lot of things. Now, this is the B6. This is the NOLTY. It is the ECRI Notes B6. I forgot the number. I don't have necessarily the number unless it's in the front. Do they have it in the front? No, but this is the B6 one, and it's like the Ecri Notes version. So I can flip over through certain pages here, which I've done. This I fill out weekly. I just make sure I write down things that have been happening during the day so I can journal about them. This was like 4 different entries, and I really like this one. This had a personal update from the week that I put in here. This was the spread when I finished it. Really love that. And then this week, I didn't put anything because I wait till Saturday or Sunday to kind of really fill this out. So I'm really in this book once a week, and it's not overwhelming at all. So this is once a week. This is every single day. The other thing that I have here is notes. So every NOLTY comes with a mini notebook here, and I love that. I love that it comes with a notebook. So this just says personal notes and dates, and I have, you know, notes in here, and this is just for me to reference. And then what I do is just kind of write them down, so when I need to reference them back, I could look back in the planner and I could see what happened during the year. And it's very easy for me to reference because I literally have, you know, the date and what happened in that day. And then my NOLTY 1180 here, this has been such a game changer, a staple. I literally love taking this to the couch if I need to, and kind of like filling out what I need to do for the week. Just, it's really simple. I'm literally in this every day just reviewing the calendar. So this is this current month here that I have that, and I really wanted to make sure I kept that information there. And then I have the next item, which are the weeklies, and I will show you, you know, weekly from last week. I have notes in here, I have task here, and then this week it's the same thing. I have notes, like everything that happens during the week, and then I have notes here, and then I have video ideas here, and then I have a task list of everything that happened during the week. Now this week was a lot of personal items that got tasked, and I needed to write down dates and things that happened, so I wrote it here. And I love that. So I'm awaiting also on my pocket cover. I did write that. And that's how this has been functioning. But I do like the fact that this is super functional. I do not need a long list of items. This is definitely tasks. This is notes. And I love that. This is super functional for me. I get to see what I need to do during the week or appointments, any high level items here. I can write any notes from that week here, and then all the tasks here. It literally is a game changer. This is super, super functional, and I really feel like I don't need anything else. As a matter of fact, I find this so functional. I really want to use this for 2026, which is why I invested in a cover that is leather, because this is that functional for me. And the Hobonichi was just like that for me maybe 2 to 3 years ago. But at this point, this is super, super functional. And let me see what else. I'm going to just check. Yeah, and I have, like, you know, my back section here where I stick notes. I have things in here. It's super easy. It's super small to fit in my purse, and I just love that. So I literally spend time, you know, writing a task that I need to complete. If I need to daily, or, you know, in the beginning of the week, I can do that. This is something that goes with me everywhere. This is like my on-the-go planner, which is why I said I invested in a cover, because I want to make sure this planner is protected. But this has been a game changer. And then finally, like I said, now that I have stopped doom scrolling, I have been reading more. So this is one of the books I have here. And then I have this book here. This is The Spark of the Everflame. I don't know if you could see that, but that is the title of the book, and it's just super pretty. And I am an annotator, so I am someone who annotates her books and likes to kind of search by topic in the book, like what I annotated, where is a quote, things like that. And I have been underlining, circling, This is the type of reader I am. So I really have been, enjoying watching series, mystery thrillers. I've been enjoying reading books. I've been enjoying note taking. I've been enjoying my reading journal. And then what I do love is that I get to rate the books. Like, I'm going to put the number here of what I rated it because I do have a rating system and I do have to transfer the numbers over. But I love this. I love that I have notes on what I'm reading and I could look back and read it and see what I was talking about. So this is where I'm spending my time now. And I really feel like it helps to stop doom scrolling because your time becomes productive. You could focus on other things like your family or time for yourself, or you have, time where you're just kind of watching shows you want to watch or do things you want to do. Because I feel like right now we all need a bit of positivity, a bit of joy. And if you have more than one planner and you are using more than one planner to do that, then by all means do it. Do what brings you happiness. So I really appreciate you all watching. Thank you so, so much. And until next time, bye-bye.